Hi everyone! Okay, I hope okay pa kayo after our exercise 5.1 and 5.2 for your regular purchase process. Now, we will be proceeding with exercise 5.3. Okay, so in this process, it's still your usual or the regular purchase process but with a twist, and that is magre-return na po tayo ng defective items. Okay, so let us now create our purchase order first. Now for this activity, we will still be using supplier 1. Yung una po ninyong supplier. Okay? And now we will be using item 1 and 5. So click tayo dito, item 1. This is my item 1. Then our quantity to buy, again, bumibili pa lang po tayo, 67. Click tab, add. Then let's get the other one, item 5. Double click. Your quantity should be 56. And tab, then click add. So double check the values. Your total amount should be 931,294.64. So kung pag may mali po dyan, ibig sabihin na merong inaccurate in your item master data. So balikan lang po ang ating price list. So next, no, lagay po tayo dito sa notes natin, purchase order for exercise 5.3 dash your surname. Okay, so double check everything, your journal date, due date, creation date. Click save. Yeah. So right now, I will be teaching you a different strategy. Okay? Medyo different na workaround or different na navigation, no, in creating your receiving document. So in our previous video, what we did is to create the purchase order, then pumunta tayo ng receiving, tapos nag-copy from tayo. In this one, stay tayo dito kay purchase order, then scroll down po, copy to. Ayan. Kasi nung una, nag-copy from tayo. Ngayon, we will copy to. Click natin, copy to. Goods receipt, POs. Yun lang yan. Then, it will create your receiving document already. Okay? So, mas mabilis siya, but double check lang po natin to make sure na tama yung ating mga values. So, since dito i-receive natin lahat, tapos tsaka tayo magre-return later on. Okay, then you will see here yung ating notes. Ayan, generated na siya agad. Double check your values, yung total natin, amount due, should be 1,043,050. Okay. Now we will click save. Then magko-prompt siya. Are you sure everything is correct? Just click on OK. Ayan. So for this one, no, what we will do is that we will be taking a screenshot of this. Ayan. Ito mismo po ang isi-screenshot for exercise 5.3. So this is to test kung kayo po talaga ay nag-go through ng ating mga discussion video. So sa ating 5.1, ang isi-screenshot po ay yung ating document, preview document. But for 5.3 only, you will be taking a screenshot of the actual form in SmartBooks. Ito po mismo. Okay, so double check natin yung accounting. Check po natin ang goods receipt PO. Yan. So check natin. So ganun pa rin naman yung journal entry. Okay, now, what we will do next ay magre-return po tayo. Okay, so gawin natin yung same strategy from your source document. Ang gagawin natin ay magka-copy 2. Copy 2. Okay, so paano po magka-copy 2? Punta lang tayo dito. Scroll down. Copy 2. Goods return. Again, scroll down. Copy 2. Goods return. Yan. So it will create your purchase return document. Okay? But take note po dito, no? By default, ayan. So by default, ang quantity niyan lahat. So wag niyo po agad i-click yung save sa baba kasi hindi na natin mababago. So what we will do is to click here. Yan. So click natin yung item 1, then double click, dadirect ka niya dito sa baba. Then change po natin into 5. Then update. Yan. So naka 5 na siya. Do the same thing for the item 5. Double click. Then, ito po ay 3 items. Click, press tab. Huwag tayo mag-enter ha. Kasi pag enter, matic save. So, update. Yan. So, yung items to be returned, ang amount po dapat ay 51,339.29. So, ito po ang ating isi-screenshot. Okay. So, hindi ito mismo na video, but yung Smartbooks po ninyo, yung ginawa ninyong document. Okay, then save na po natin. Okay. Okay, operation ended successfully. Punta tayo ng accounting, click journal entry. Ayan. So, make sure lang po natin pareho po ng values ang na-generate po ninyo. Next, pupunta naman na tayo ng AP voucher. Tayo po ay magbabayad na. So, let's click supplier number, which is supplier number 1. Wait lang natin. Okay. There you have it. So, what we will do is to copy from goods receipt PO. When you click on that, click natin yung document, no? Document number 2 for the delivery receipt or yung GRPO natin. Double click. So as you can see, no, yung item 1 is dapat ang kanyang quantity na lang ay 62. Bakit po 62? Dahil bumili tayo ng 67, nag-return tayo ng 5. So, dapat 62 yan. And then, for the item 5, bumili tayo ng, or umorder tayo rather, ng 56 and then nag-return po tayo ng 3. Therefore, 53 na lang ang quantity remaining. Okay, so yun lang yung ating gagawa ng AP voucher. Kasi bakit naman tayo tatanggap, okay, ng accounts payable ng sobra. Okay, huwag tayo magbayad ng sobra. Okay, dapat fair lang. Okay, kung ano lang ang nararapat. So, ayan, click natin, finish. So, your balance due should be 985,550. Okay, again, your balance due should be 985,550. So, yan dapat ang amount. Wala na tayong babaguhin sa notes because this is already automatic. Then, ang isi-screenshot po natin ay itong AP voucher mismo. Okay, then click natin save. Click OK. Okay, ano pong sinabi dito? Posting date invalid. Invalid due date in period 20. Okay, sige. So, bakit invalid due date ang lumabas? Dahil yung due date po natin na nakaset is 2026. Ayan. So, ito ay naka-close pa. And naka-close pa yung ating period. No? So, let's just manually update this. Ayan. So, ito yung example nga pala, no? Kapag yung ating mga due date, ayan. Okay, or yung mga payment terms po natin. Yan, so kailangan i-double check po natin siya. Click natin save. Are you sure everything is correct? Double check natin yung accounting journal entry. Dapat pareho po tayo. Okay. So, input VAT, unbilled deliveries, and accounts payable. Okay, so ngayon magbayad na tayo ng ating pagkakautang. Punta po tayo ng treasury. Yan, yung parang bangko. Click natin, cash outflows, supplier. Click lang natin, loading siya. Yan. Now, make sure payments for payables, then supplier number, select natin yung ating unang supplier. Yan. So, pag pinindot po natin ito, check natin yung checkbox. Ibig sabihin itong ating babayaran. Magre-reflect na po dito sa baba kung magkano. Net of your withholding tax amount. Okay? Now, punta tayo sa cash kasi ang ipambabayad natin ay cash on hand. Then, magkano po ang ilalagay natin? Itong amount na to, copy lang natin. Control C, then paste po natin. Control V. Yan. Notes. Payment for exercise 5.3 surname. So kung nandito kayo at nakaabot kayo sa part na to, ibig sabihin, very good. You are really going through the discussion by heart. Okay, so please comment na lang po no na nakapagbayad na ako. Ayan. Sige, paki-comment na lang nakapagbayad na ako kung to check if you are really doing the transactions. Alright? So, the amount to be paid is 976,750.45 pesos. Dapat may 0.45 yan, ha? Okay, so if you're sure, click lang natin save, click OK. Yan, there you have it. Let's double check the journal entry. Yan, so ito na ang ating journal entry. Okay, so ang isi-screenshot po for this part will be itong cash outflow supplier. So reminder no, sa lahat ng mga exercise natin, 5.1, 5.2, and 5.3, you need to take a screenshot for each created document. Okay? Hindi lang yung PO, pero mula PO, receiving, kung nag-return ka, kasama ang return. Kung gumawa ng AP voucher, dapat kasama ang AP voucher hanggang sa ating cash outflow. Alright, so that's it for this activity. So in the next part, we will be creating documents naman wherein yung return ay nangyari matapos tayong gumawa ng AP voucher. So we will be creating AP debit memo.